Digital certificates seem to be proliferating, and managing certificates across all of your applications and your AI agents and all of your different servers and workloads is becoming more of a challenge, particularly as we're moving towards certificates that are living for a shorter period of time so that we don't have to look at certificate revocation lists so much as just expire and reissue certificates. Sectigo's new Orchestration Gateway is going to automate the certificate discovery, issuance, renewal, and deployment from a single platform and could help IT teams avoid outages, security risks, and a lot of rushed migrations. Are organizations ready to automate certificate management before shorter lifespans become problematic for them?
Yes, I think they are. And I think that this is something they've actually been waiting to do for quite a while, even before we started seeing the window for certificate lifetimes shrinking. This has become a problem. Like you mentioned, certificate revocation lists, or CRLs, are something that we've always wanted to implement and nobody's done, because there's a lot of overhead to doing it and having your system doing a check every time to verify that a certificate has a valid lifetime. Yeah, that's pretty much impossible. Yeah, it's like letting people set a really long age on their passwords and just hoping that everything's going to be all right. It's not. What was the old quote that passwords should be changed about as often as people change their underwear? We're working on that with certificates, although 47 days just sound like a long time. But not in IT. What is going to be a bigger problem, though, is agents. So if you think about this, Google is the one who's kind of leading this charge. They want certificates to be refreshed about every month and a half, plus 2 days for weekends and things like that. But agents are going to need to have their certificates authorized on a much faster basis, right? Like maybe at instantiation time, maybe every 30 days, maybe less than that if you're in an organization that has like very high regulatory requirements. So having an automated platform pretty much necessitates, or is necessitated by these changes, right? We can't hope that we can manage this faster. And like you said, having short certificate lifetimes eliminates the CRL problem, because it's going to force these devices to get certificate authorization more often, which effectively means that, maybe a few days before something is judged to be invalid, it means that if anything ever gets stolen or compromised, we can use the platform to quickly invalidate them. So I like this idea. I think that companies are going to really need to start to get in front of this, though, because we are less than 2 years from the planned implementation of the 47-day certificate lifetime. And honestly, if I'm being completely transparent with the people out there, once we get these kinds of platforms in place, like the one that Sectigo is working on, I have this sneaking suspicion that the companies are going to lower that certificate validity lifetime even lower than 47 days. I feel like 47 was just kind of a compromise, and that we are going to go sub 30, because that means that the exposure window of any one particular problem is a third of a quarter, because we all know that people in tech only think in a 3-month timeline.